Welcome, peace and blessings from my cabin.
Welcome to my cabin,
where I talk about the most random stuff. So thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome.
And if you don't know who I am or don't know what I do,
oh, please, no one gives a shit.
Don't ask, because I'm hella random. Like, I really am random. Like,
baby, you got something in your nose.
If I came upon my own video or my YouTube channel, I'll probably make fun of myself. But like, this dude is all over the place because I talk about, yeah, so much different type of stuff.
And we're like, no one gives a shit.
So if you like a channel where you don't know what you're gonna get, hit a like and subscribe to this video. But let's move on to what I'm gonna talk about.
Finally.
So today I am going to be covering stress and anxiety, because we all know that stress and anxiety controls us.
It's in control of me.
You know, controls our behavior, controls the way we think, controls the way we interact with other people. So I just feel like today I had to spread this awareness. We all know that, you know, stress and anxiety is something that is going rampant. You know, it's something that has been instilled within us from thousands of years ago from our ancestors. It's just like, it's just a regular gene in our body that won't go away. And I don't care, like, if you find the most happiest person in the world, I feel like they still have stress and anxiety in some way or form, but they might have less stress and less anxiety. But it's something that's going to be with us for the rest of our life. And the reason why I want to cover this today is because
we
do not. Stress or anxiety and depression.
I feel like with everything going on in the world today, we need to not have stress and anxiety, because how can we go upon our day? How can we build a future? How can we fix everything going on if we're all in this stage or phase of high stress and high anxiety?
Oh, you stress me out.
You stressing me out.
Like, just talking about the inflation going on, shit is hella expensive, you know, losing loved ones, you know, the wars going on in the world, genocides happening. So there's just so much stuff going on, right? And it's affecting the people because, like, we have internet and we're always looking at the negative stuff that's going on in the world instead of the things that are going well.
You feel me?
But before I move on to this topic, I do want to give a special shout out to somebody, to my boy Levance. I've been watching my boy do his thing for the past few years. He came here from Hurricane Katrina and he lost somebody very special to him. And the reason why I want to give him a shout out is because he's been so consistent throughout these years with his music. And there's so much I want to say, to be honest, but I don't want to make this video too long. But I do want to talk about how he's very engaged with the community. Like, I've seen videos of him going to like elementary schools and reading books to them and stuff like that, and like teaching kids how to be somebody and how to impact those around you and stuff like that. So Levance, if you're watching, I just want to say, keep doing what you're doing. And I really do hope, with like all sincerity, that you achieve all your dreams and that nothing will stop you, not even stress and anxiety. You feel me? That's what we've been talk about. So if you're watching, God bless you, brother. And like I said, just keep going, man.
I've been lied to enough. Boozy, a diamond in a rough. Liquidate the cash out of dust. What? My nigga, what the fuck is up? My nigga, what the fuck they thought it was? Every day's been a war for us. My daddy let me down, he made it hard to trust. The front that court way was like the yard for us. My mama did her best, streets did the rest. Greet her with a smile, I ain't trying to see her stress. They can't hurt the God, only take me out the flesh. I live how I live and they don't come with no regrets. They come with more lessons, they come with more blessings. How you know it's mastery if it ain't come with testing? Overcame destruction, got me feeling so destined. See a life for reason, I was living so reckless. And that's why it's the celebration. Right, we done found the room for elevation.
And now, back to the show.
Today's topic, stress and anxiety. We all experience it at some point.
sure do.
But it can be overwhelming if we let it take control. So today I want to talk about how we can stop anxiety and how we can stop anxiety and stress from dictating our lives and like regain this sense of peace. So before I move on to some important information, I do want to cover this article very quickly.
I found the article.
So according to the American Psychological Association, they found out that money is a major source of stress for 66% of adults, with 57% stating current expenses such as food and rent as their main source of money-related stress. The remaining 43% of this group state saving for the future as their main source of money-related stress. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, like I'm still to this point or till this day, I'm hella mad that I can't afford my own apartment or can afford my own home. Like I love living with my family, you know what I'm saying? But people our age back then was able to have like 5 or 6 houses, you feel me? Like they was able to do so much. But I feel like today we're so stressed out because we can't even build a future. We can't even have a home, you know?
Sounds like a personal problem.
Like there's like multiple families living in one household, which also causes a lot of stress and anxiety.
Sure does.
Let's move on to the next bullet point. Approximately 75% of the US adults feel that violence and crime are significant sources of stress in their lives.
I don't feel safe anymore.
Around 34% of adults report feeling that stress is completely overwhelming for them on most days. The same 2022 survey from the APA found that 21% of US adults report experiencing forgetfulness, 20% report the inability to concentrate, and 17% report difficulty making decisions in the last month as a result of stress.
Decisions.
And to me, that bullet point is very important because this affects our children, you know, the youth and stuff like that. Because when you look on the news, there's so many like outlets that are making fun of the children in Oakland or just in less unfortunate cities that say that children are not able to do good on tests, like their IQ levels are bad and this and that. But if you really think about it, we cannot blame these children nor their parents. But if you really think about it, these children are stressed. These children have trauma. And how can we like have a better future if the majority of our youth are experiencing stuff they're not supposed to be experiencing? So that's the end of that article. I just wanted to cover some statistics because it's really crucial to see numbers.
Now, before we get started,
Don't forget to rate us, comment, and subscribe.
So first I want to clarify what I mean by worry and anxiety. So worry is the repetitive thought process about potential problems or fears, while anxiety is the emotional response to those worries. It's normal to feel anxious from time to time, but when it starts to interfere with your daily life, it's time to take action.
Take evasive action.
Worry can have a significant impact on our mental and physical health. It can lead to sleep disturbances,
Not sleeping, not eating.
difficulty concentrating, and even physical symptoms like headaches or fatigue. Understanding the toll it takes on our lives is the first step to addressing it. And I feel like I do want to say something very important. I feel like our educational systems failed us, like failed our generation and the generations to come, because we're oftentimes taught to pick up a pen, pencil, whatever, and just write down the answers to like stuff that we won't really use in our life. Like we're taught all these subjects that, you know, are really like important, like math, science, and all these other things. But like we weren't taught how to deal with stress and anxiety, you know, like. And a lot of times people say that responsibility is for the parents. Like the parents are supposed to teach the kids how to deal with stress and anxiety, but generational trauma is real. So like our parents also weren't taught how to deal with their stress and anxiety. So like we pass on this cycle of just stress. And I feel like if our educational system can really teach these children how to channel their stress and anxiety, I feel like you will see such an improvement, like a very fast improvement.
Kids. Yeah, they're the future.
Number 3, identifying triggers. Because you know we all have triggers, you feel me? And like one trigger can really fuck shit up. So one effective way to manage anxiety is to identify your triggers. What situations or thoughts tend to cause you the most stress? Is it work-related, personal relationships, or perhaps financial concerns? By pinpointing these triggers, you can begin to create strategies to address them head on. Number 4, practical strategies to overcome anxiety. So 1, mindfulness and meditation. Taking a few minutes each day meditating or praying or just like a state of mindfulness can really help you ground yourself in the present moment. A couple months ago, I talked about the present moment. It was titled In the Now, if I'm not mistaken. And in that whole podcast, I was trying to like tell people that being in the present moment is like the best thing you can do, because you find a lot of answers, you find a lot of peace, you find a lot of inspiration in the now. You feel me? So I feel like with this stress and anxiety, its main role is to strip you away from focusing on what really matters, to having you think about the past or to have you think about the future. So just meditating or praying, like I said, can be the most powerful ways of getting rid of stress and anxiety. Because me being a Muslim, like, I pray 5 times a day. I'm not saying I'm like the most perfect Muslim, but I do find a lot of tranquility and a lot of peace in my prayer because I literally shut everything off.
My secret? I meditate.
I turn off my phone. Well, not turn off my phone, like, you know, I'll toss my phone somewhere. Like, you just have to, like, it's just you and that magic carpet, you feel me? You just gotta think about God, and yeah, you just forget about shit that's
Not important.
2, physical activity. Exercise is a natural stress reliever, whether it's a walk, yoga. We have so much toxins and chemicals in our body from the food that we eat. You know, like everything that we eat, I feel like nowadays that you get from the grocery store has chemicals that your body's not supposed to be consuming. So I feel like a lot of this stress and anxiety comes from these unnecessary chemicals that our body doesn't need. So that's why I might ask about a treadmill. I'm not gonna lie, like my mom was like, why you buy a treadmill? You could just run around. But like, I was like, nah, I need to keep this treadmill here in my room. I need to wake up, I need to walk, I need to run, because I'm like, yeah, I just feel better when I start running. But yeah, that thing cost me $700 plus tax. 3, journaling. Writing down your thoughts and worries can help you process them. It is a great way to clear your mind and gain perspective on what's truly bothering you. I wish I can show you guys, but like I have like at least 13 composition books just with poetry, with my just journaling, where I'm just talking about things that are really important or things that are bothering me and stuff like that. So I feel like that's something that I utilize in my life, and I feel like it really brought me to where I am today, like with so much things. Like there's so many things I want to cover, but I want to make this video very short. But I just want to say, having a journal on you and just writing your feelings, or just talk about the most random shit, it doesn't matter. Just like there's a connection between you and that pen and you and that blank piece of paper, and like your mind just wants to like let go of things. So I feel like journaling to me has been such an important outlet.
Move on already.
Number 4, limit information intake. Sometimes constant exposure to negative news can heighten or increase your levels of stress. We don't need to talk about this because we already know that the more information that you put in your body, and not even information, to me it's like junk information. Your body becomes overwhelmed. Your mind is like trying to like keep everything together, and it's trying to find meaning with everything that you are like literally intaking. So sometimes like, yeah, limiting yourself with social media, or, you know, who watches the news anymore? But yeah, the news can really help you. It really can help you. Next, talk to someone.
Talk to me!
Whether it's a friend, family member, or a therapist, or even me, you know, my podcast is always here for you. But like, sometimes we try to do everything on our own. You know, we want to be like so isolated, and some people are going to say I'm a hypocrite because 2 podcasts ago, like I was telling people how important it is to isolate yourself from other people. But it's also important to like rely on other people as well, but not just rely on anyone. You have to rely on someone who you know.
Do I know you?
Is going to like be there for you and like really listen to you, you know what I mean? So don't isolate yourself too much. There are times where you do need to speak to someone, you know? And like I said, if you need somebody, I'm here for you. You know, my IG, voice is power, TikTok, voice is power, YouTube, voice is power. Just holla at me, I'm serious.
I think I'll pass on that.
And I just feel like everybody has a way of coping with their stress and anxiety, whether you believe it or not. Like God has given every single individual a unique way of dealing with their stress. But I feel like what's going on, in my opinion, is we have so much stress and anxiety to the point where like our body is like manipulated by this ego. So I really want you guys to remember that overcoming anxiety is a journey, and it's completely okay to seek help along the way. Like what works for one person might not work for the other person. So don't be overwhelmed if you feel like you're not getting rid of your stress and anxiety with like certain outlets that you are utilizing, such as yoga, praying, and meditating, all that stuff. Like really, like great things take time. So to get rid of stress and anxiety, it's like such a great thing that it's not gonna be so easy. It's not just gonna be like with a snap of your finger and you're gonna get rid of all that bullshit. You know what I mean? Like just really enjoy the process and find the peace within yourself, and be very self-conscious of the way you talk to yourself, because I feel like the most crucial thing, in my opinion, is the way we think about our own selves. I know you guys hear that a lot. Like we have this enemy within ourselves. That's why the word enemy it's like, if you read it slowly, it's like, it says in me. There's like something within you that is really preventing you from becoming your greatest self. You have to push. The last thing I'm gonna say before I put an end to this podcast is that if you really change your thought patterns, you'll really change your life. Like, if you guys really think about it, if our thoughts can make us sick, and like, they really do, like, there's statistics and there's science that can really back this up, that negative ways of thinking, or a negative repetitive way of thinking, can cause cancer. It can cause tumors. It can cause so much illnesses. So if we can like reverse it and like start thinking better of ourselves, better of our present moment, better of our future and all that, I feel like we can increase our health. We can increase our life. There's so much that we can do if we just really start, if we can really just start thinking more better, start thinking more positive, start thinking in a way that will cause healing instead of destruction. You feel me? So yeah, that's the end of the podcast. I just want to say thank y'all so much for being here. I really hope that we all can build a better future just by shifting the way we think and shifting the way we think of other people and stuff like that. So hit a like, subscribe to this video if you guys like this type of content. I really wish you guys nothing but the best in this world. And if you're alive today, there's a reason why you're here. You feel me? So chase your dreams and just be thankful that you're given another opportunity. Whether you are going through the rough, you're going through the good, it don't matter. Just be grateful that you're alive, because so many people were not able to wake up today. Like, for real. Have a good one, everybody.